our conversation, they did offer YNW Bortlen a plea deal. A plea deal. Yes, 16 years. And you may be like, well, 16 years? Good morning, Nikki. Yes, 16 years. And that means they was taken off the two bodies, the two murders. Y'all may be like, why would they do that? Because they never felt like he actually had nothing to do with the actual shooting. Their theory when it comes to Bortlen is that Bortlen participated in knowing who the shooter was, helping the shooter cover it up, and trying to sway the police afterwards, as we heard so far. Okay. Shout out to everybody that has been in the comments. A few of y'all need a review. Y'all telling me to review. Y'all need to review the case and the Melly's first trial. Now, let me say this. This is not about, yeah, I'll be scalping, I'm gonna cut my hair. This is not about Melly, okay? At the end of the day, just like they never had to call Bortlen for Melly, they don't need Bortlen for Melly. Okay? They don't need it. A lot of y'all done jump to, oh, he about to snitch, he's snitching. Y'all, like I said in my video, for those who paid attention, I said, hey, it's a no contest plea. Just like well, hell, I hate to mention his name right now, but just like Young Thug keep playing no contest, meaning I ain't saying I didn't do it, but I'm gonna agree to the terms of this. Okay, now you can take that as, hey, you saying that because guess what, you did it, or you can take that as what it is. It's a person saying they, didn't or did do it. They ain't saying nothing. Where we at? Good morning, Alex. Pussycat is crazy. Good morning. Good morning, Julian. All right, so I'm sorry, I was cutting the ends of my braids. We have a few moments before the feed starts. I'm gonna get into let's clear up this. Somebody, and I kind of went back and forth for a little while with them in the comments, but somebody said, because on the live I was speaking to somebody in regards to Melly participation about cell phones and getting out of the car, and I said we don't know when Melly got out of the car, and I say that in comparison to Bortlen. We don't have a video of Melly getting out of the car. They have the phone for Melly, or who appears to be Melly. And again, I done windmill with y'all about that multiple times during Melly's trial. At the end of the day, anybody can have a phone. We don't know who had the phone, okay? So that was that. But Bortlen did not have a cell phone. I'm saying it again, because boy, they was trying to come at me in the comments about that. Bortlen did not have a cell phone that night. When they said that two phones separated from each other, they referred to YNW Melly's phone and the victim phone. And I believe it was Sat Chaser's phone, because remember, Juvie phone was pinging somewhere else. Okay, so that's the phone. They don't have a phone for Bortlen. What they have for Bortlen is, guess what? Video of him getting in the car, video of him getting out the car when it was two deceased people in the car. Okay, that's what they have. Let me see. As far as the plea deal, it doesn't even sound like he has to testify against Melly. Yeah, a lot of y'all was jumping to that. Y'all know you mentioned a plea. Oh, you got to tell. And at this point, when it comes to content, it gets y'all to talking. But come on, be realistic, y'all. Just because you hear a plea deal do not mean telling. Okay? If somebody can tell y'all they did a proffer and y'all don't think that's telling, then I don't know why y'all be jumping to conclusions with plea deals. Okay, it's a no contest plea, like I said, in my opinion, based off my experience, okay, professionally and personally, dealing and looking at these cases. Listen, if you're not telling them what you did, okay, your plea don't include you having to tell what you did, why the hell would you have to tell what somebody else did? That's just how I look at it. Hey, Y'all can take it like I want. Good morning, Paradise. Good morning, making my prayers go out to your family. I appreciate it. For those who are not aware by now, my cousin is still missing. This is day 7. Okay. I posted a video this morning. Her youngest daughter has spoken out. Her niece has spoken out. Both my little cousins. They took to their social media to speak, and I shared it in my last video. It'll be more to share as they continue to, talk about it. I'll be sure to bring it. They're trying to grow the awareness on TikTok. Y'all know my audience is YouTube. So I'm sharing what they're sharing to their TikToks and things to YouTube. Okay. Um Again, any information, please reach out to somebody in the family, reach out to Crime Stoppers, reach out to the police. It's City of Columbia Police Department, Special Victims Unit. Um, the boyfriend is still in police custody. The feds have a hold on him, so he won't be going nowhere. But he isn't talking. Um, and we're just looking. Like I said, this is day 7. We're just out looking. I'm gonna be out again, just like yesterday. I leave about 11 o'clock to go searching, and that's gonna be the same for today. However, if the hearing is still taking place, I'll be in the comments. Okay. So I do appreciate everybody, and I'm gonna bring y'all as much information as possible when it comes out. The police obviously don't tell us too much because they don't want too much to be put out. So I feel like my little cousin did a good job with giving the backstory in her TikTok video. Because she went multiple days before the disappearance. She did a great job breaking down the backstory up to where we're at currently. As I even told y'all myself on my video yesterday, at this point, the only question we need answer right now today is, where is she? Where is she? We don't know. We're looking. So that's the most important question right now. Of course, once we get that out of the way, other questions will definitely, come about. But that right now, we just need to find her. Okay? Definitely find her. But I appreciate y'all for that. We should be starting momentarily. It's that Bortlen really take it, in my opinion. Going to trial is risky. 16 years is awesome compared to 5 life sentences when you have 1 life. That's true. I will say this. Y'all know I be telling y'all take it to trial. I be like, in my opinion, if you ain't giving me freedom or less than double digits, then I'm taking it there. The reason why I said, and this is just from my opinion, that Bortlen should take the deal is because, to me, if I was on the jury, I would convict Bortlen. I know a lot of y'all was in the comments yesterday saying they don't have no evidence. That's why they offer him a plea. That's not necessarily how that works, but I get y'all concept. At the end of the day, if I was on the jury, I would convict Bortlen at this point. And this is based off the evidence that's currently in. Of course, when trial actually start, if it goes to trial, maybe he has a great attorney that can put holes in it, and I may change my mind. But right now, if the jury had to go in, I was on that, I would definitely say guilty of all charges as charged. And y'all may be like, Nikki, why would you do that? They don't have no evidence. They got a video of Bortlen getting his tail in our car with the victims. Okay. They have a video of Bortlen getting out that car with deceased victims. Okay. They have a statement of Bortlen putting himself there. They have a statement of him saying what allegedly happened. Then when you put the evidence of the experts on there, how he had to be in the car, how it was a stage drive-by after, how the bodies was shot after they was deceased. Again, I would convict him. Like, on some real stuff, I would convict him. So if this was one of my relatives, I would have told them, if I was on your jury, I would definitely find you guilty. You need to accept this plea. Now, again, if his lawyers, and then I see a lot of the blogs, as always, didn't have, because y'all got to remember and listen, a lot of these blogs they have people that be in and out of stuff. So they don't really be watching for real. Because they say he had until today. No, he has until Monday to make his decision. Okay. They have until Monday. Orange Crush said if he shuts his mouth, he goes on. Negative. He's not going home. This is my opinion. He's not going home. He's not going home on the plea deal. He ain't going home on the trial. Unless his attorneys win with throwing these motions out, throwing this evidence out, he will be convicted. Julius, I thought he had until Tuesday. Hold on, Tuesday the 9th though, right? I thought he said Monday. Okay, might be Tuesday then. It was getting interesting. Why they cut it off? I was actually getting into it just now. All right, well since I don't know who it was. It was a random hearing. Ooh, that hurt. All right, we can get back to it. So that was, I was watching it, but I feel like for them to be offering 10 years essentially with time served and 85 cents Florida, the case can't be solid. 5 life sentence versus 10 years is crazy. Now it's 16 years. I don't know what the 10 years come back. And they already said that the time only is when he's in jail. So all that time he was out on bond ain't gonna count. So at the end of the day, they offer him 16 years and some change. But listen, y'all keep thinking that this case ain't solid against Bortlen. How do you explain? Like, listen to the storyline, y'all. If we see him get in the car with the victims, we see him get out the car and the victims are deceased. Regular people, y'all really expect me to think that they gonna think he ain't had nothing to do with it? Plus, he put himself there if that statement comes in. Y'all got to be crazy. Y'all got to be crazy. Like, forget talking about the time. Just think about it. Y'all want me to think or believe that y'all really think the case against YNW Bortlen, aka Cortland Henry, ain't strong enough for regular people to not convict his ass? Shit. Excuse my language, y'all know. Right now, I ain't really even paying attention, not to curse, but y'all get what I'm saying. Ain't no way. And y'all know, I'm normally pro defense. And y'all know, this year I have really been unbiased, okay? I done been on the prosecution side in the case, all that, okay? But y'all can't tell me that y'all think Bortlen about to walk out of a courtroom and not get convicted. Crazy. Bort did 3 years in jail. He was on bond for 3 years as well in total. So if he did 3 years in jail, 3 from 16 is still not 10. It's still not 10. What's the pro? What's the pros of it? He's getting the murder again. He's getting the murder charges dropped. Okay. I don't even think he has to plead guilty to anything. He's pleading no contest. And although he got a no contest, and although he still has to do time, child, hey, I just, in this situation with Bortlen, unless his attorneys get a lot of that stuff thrown out, he's going to get found guilty. Mark my words. If all the evidence stays in, and nothing gets thrown out, he will be found guilty if he goes to trial. Why will they offer a plea if it's 100% certain? Y'all be thinking that every time a plea is offered, it's based off of the evidence. Sometimes it's money. At the end of the day, they want Melly. Point blank period. Okay? They will prefer to spend their time and energy getting Melly convicted. So if we can go here, we already don't feel like he actually did the murders or whatever. If we can go ahead and get him out the way with a plea real quick to save us money, we gonna do that. So y'all gotta remember, it becomes political and politics plays a part. It has nothing to do, okay? Nothing to do with the evidence in this situation. They got Bortlen. They know that. I'm telling they know that. That's why he only got that one offer. Like, they know that. So, normally I'll be with y'all, but at the end of the day, that man gonna get fried in the courtroom. Unless and I'm talking about his lawyer better be a bulldog. Okay? Because as it stands, I will convict his ass. Like, for real. Like, it's no way, because at the end of the day, you gonna have regular people up there like, okay, so you was in the car. You know who did it. Why would you lie? Who are you covering for? That's why they always wanted Melly to go first. Because if you convict the shooter, then you can tie in the story like, hey, he ain't do it, but that's his best friend. He covered for it. You know what I'm saying? Malik said, Mickey, why you think the state was doing everything in their power to delay Bortlen trial? And they still want a delay. They still want a delay. They still want a delay. Because at the end of the day, if Melly get found guilty, Bortlen's definitely going to plead out. So to them, and this is my opinion because I don't work for them. I don't know what they got going on. To them, it's still going to save no money in the end. But hey, y'all, most of y'all, not all y'all, because some of y'all just coming from the Melly sector. But those who was here for the Queso trial, y'all thought Queso ass was going to walk, and I told you he wasn't. Okay. Blacklight said, I thought he rejected the deal. We don't know if he rejected it or not. He was offered it, but he still, got time. They want Melly first. Yeah, because Melly, y'all got to understand, it's a money thing. Melly is the shooter to them. Melly did it. That's who we need to focus our resources is. Why are we wasting resources trying to go to trial with somebody we know who ain't do it? Just help cover it up. So, again, like I said, y'all might be right. But if that was my people, nah, we ain't about to risk that. Because at the end of the day, you can't say, at the end of the day, you can't say they don't have nothing on them. Like, he's with them. He's literally one of the last people that seen them alive, and he arrived with them deceased. Come on. Come on. Like, really think logically. Like, for real. Queso had 2 people get on the stand and testify against him. And you got videos of Bortlen. You can't compare. What y'all talking about? What you mean you can't compare? It's evidence. Like, forget actual physical witnesses. It's the evidence. You got video putting Bortlen with the victims alive and deceased. What we missing? Like, what we missing? Unless I'm tripping, maybe because everything I got going on, maybe I'm tripping. Because I just don't understand how y'all really think they ain't got nothing on Bortlen. This ain't a Melly debate. I definitely have different feelings as far as they evidence against Melly. But come on, you got Bortlen himself saying he was there. Somebody explain to me, well, how he's going to get himself out of saying he was there if they keep it in there. Like, for real. Said they should give Bortlen time served to testify against Melly. He's not going to testify against Melly. If that's the case, he would have got this shit over years ago. So I definitely don't think he's going to give up Melly. If it's something to give Melly up on, he's not going to do it. Orange Curse said, real weird feeling. It's been like 9 years. Hey, maybe. Like I said, this is just my opinion. Just like a lot of y'all, I've been covering this for years at this point. Bortlen always was cool. If Melly would have got found not guilty, his defense could have said it was random people. They even got it wrong with who they thought did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, Bortlen was never, like, the issue. But that's just how I feel, you know? Bortlen gonna stand 10 toes down and do life? Hell, we'll find out. I mean, why you acting surprised? The man ain't told on his friend yet. If Melly did it, Bortlen ain't said nothing. Bortlen sitting in jail right now over this. Come on, stop it. Why y'all acting confused? Stop it. Mickey Board got bond twice. It's a different level to this shit. He in a way better position than somebody like Queso and Melly. Malik, I don't know what you're talking about either at this point. Cause what you talking about? A better position to do what? Like what position? What better position is he in? The same way now, Melly is in a better position because more so of people thought process, and this is what it's gonna be now for Bortlen. But you literally got him on the video. I'm waiting for somebody to explain. Good morning, Big D. Somebody explain to me, how do you explain being the last person with two people while they're alive and the one that bring them dead? Somebody explain that to me. All y'all saying that Bortlen is in a great position. How do you explain to me how the jury is supposed to understand that? You're the last one we see on video with two people alive, and you're the person that bring them to the hospital, but you don't know. They done already uncovered during their investigation that, you know what I'm saying, you lied. Come on. Thank you, Betty. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Nah, Bortlen cook either way, but he ain't want to be a rat. And taking a plea won't be red. Because at the end of the day, they don't need Bortlen for Melly. They got Bortlen's statement. They don't need Bortlen. And the only thing that Bortlen's statement hindered is that he lied. Melly never lied. He lied. Good morning, young Chronic. Yeah, it's just like, I'm look, if y'all got a better stance to break down to me how you explained it, maybe y'all can win me over. But right now, y'all bugging. And I wanted to reply to all y'all under my last video and say y'all bugging, y'all tweaking. How they ain't got no evidence? I'm talking about all the criminals came out. Oh, I'm a convicted convict. I know, like, brother, and we see why you a convicted convict. What you mean? They ain't got no evidence. It's not like it was in a Melly case where they're following a phone. You know, everything was phone. You can debate about a phone. We literally see Bortlen leave and arrive with the people. Come on. Like, come on now. Mickey, these people just want to argue. It's open and shut case. Definitely. And y'all know I'm always up for the debate. But we got to stand on business, man. We got to, y'all ain't about to spin me like y'all was doing on the last case. Y'all got to stand on it. Y'all ain't about to do like y'all did on the Govan case. Y'all got to tell me, talk to me. I done sat here and broke down why I feel the way I feel. Y'all ain't about to do, just wait, just see. Nah, y'all break this down. Hold on, I was trying to get a comment. I think Bortlen going to take the plea deal. Melly know that he killed his best friends. Ain't nobody dumb. But in the court of law, be like, I'm gonna be honest, it's up in the air to me as far as if they proved it or not. It's not a fair case, so he better take it. I don't see Melly getting a death penalty. Nah, I don't see Melly getting a death penalty either. Melly evidence is overwhelming, in my opinion. I watched the first trial. I thought he did 100%. The jury didn't. I didn't either. Hopefully they put the story together better. They ain't put the story together right the first time. Gets in the vehicle and drives off with both being alive. Arrives at the hospital with 2 dead bodies and lies, but people think he will be found not guilty. Right. like y'all talking about the evidence. Listen. The only people I need to see saying that Bortlen is gonna get off is people that think that Melly is like gonna get completely off. Because at the end of the day, if you think, no, I take the back, I said that wrong. If you think they got enough evidence on Melly, then you for sure should think they got enough evidence on Bortlen. I think I said it right this time. Y'all excuse me, I'm a little all over the place. Trying to stay focused on the content while, and y'all know I'm tender-headed. My hair is, these braids itching. Where I'm at. I think Melly going to be honest with his attorney Drew that why he might not take a plea. They're not gonna offer Melly a plea. That would be career suicide for the state attorney to take a plea with Melly at this point. This is a death penalty case for Melly, not Bortlen, for Melly. They're not gonna offer Melly anything. That's career suicide. Unless they state attorney don't, I mean, they DA don't want to be reelected. Yeah, this is a death penalty case. You don't do all that for a death penalty case just to offer him a plea. Not gonna happen. A case that's taking this long. Mm-mm. I think when Melly retrial, you needed 10 out of 12 juries to say yes. You only need 8 now with the new law, and he had 9. That's for the death penalty, not for the actual. That doesn't count for the trial, though. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. That change was for, because you have to go, if he got convicted of capital murder, then they will have to do a vote on a death penalty. So yeah, that didn't change as far as a regular trial, though. Bortlen going to be the most hated by all parties. I don't think so. I do think Melly is guilty, but his case is beatable with his new attorney. If he kept the old ones, he was fried. I just think, to be honest, I'm gonna be like, on both sides it was. That's why I said they had to get Bradley out of there. They had to get Bradley out of there because she didn't present the case right. That's why, regardless of what you think about the one person that wanted to vote not guilty, they were not convicting him on capital murder. He was getting manslaughter. So that means both sides didn't do their A1. Good morning, GTA. I'm feeling okay. I've been up, doing some things, doing content, editing content for my cousin being missing. But other than that, doing better today, trying to take these doggone braids out my hair. Where are we? The case has been botched from the beginning. The former detective messed up trying to charge Melly. Yeah, for sure. But again, Bortlen, yeah, Bortlen screwed. Especially if he go first. Like I said, his offense may have better ammo if Melly went first and got found not guilty, but this side is real tangled. But yeah, Bortlen ass is screwed. And for those who were saying, well, the girlfriend wasn't really a witness. Technically she was. Remember, the judge ruled in favor of the prosecution on that. So you can't say, well, she wasn't a witness or whatever. Shit. Until the judge ruled otherwise, she was. All those prosecutors need to be replaced. Well, the lead prosecutor is different. If you watch the trial, you know he's guilty. Cap. Obviously. Because the people that was there to do it was only going to find him guilty of manslaughter. And you got to watch back what the manslaughter included. So, yeah, we can agree to disagree on that. But they still ain't convinced me of nothing. On the Melly side, the first go around, they had, they had me in the middle. If I was on the jury, I would have to vote. Either I couldn't come to the decision or not guilty, because at the end of the day, it was okay, I see him getting fired, okay. And then what happened? But the defense did do okay for me not to want to convict him on capital murder. And then at this point, hell, if he did get convicted of manslaughter, he'll be about done with his time. Melly need to use that gang stuff to his advantage somehow. I don't see how that would help him. Especially since he's not even saying he was there. I feel like the prosecution and the Melly side of it, they focus too much on gangs. Too much. They gamed me out in that one. Too much. And I think it lost the jurors. If Bortlen take the plea, Melly is getting life. Bortlen plea has nothing to do with Melly. Nothing to do with Melly. So y'all stop adding those together. It has nothing to do with the other. I like Melly's lawyer, attorney for the last trial. He sucked. The black guy sucked. He should let him go. He should have let him go. He don't need Brian Still either. Brian Still wouldn't be the right lawyer to me for him. I feel like he got Drew feeling. Right? That's his name, right? Drew Feeling. Y'all, they finishing up a hearing for somebody else, and then the Bortlen one will start. So y'all know we just hanging out. But I need for y'all to hit the like button because it's 210 of y'all in here, only 36 likes. Come on. Let's get it together. Y'all see I'm in here trying to multitask to bring y'all the content, take my hair out and everything. So I need y'all to hit that like button. I thought he was good, but you are probably right. There's a reason he let him go. Yeah. He definitely needed Drew Friendland or whatever his name is, the $1 billion lawyer. And the reason why I say that because his clientele has been definitely those facing bodies. I know a lot of y'all be like, oh, he just do pleas or whatever. I mean, regardless, he's used to dealing with murderers or accused murderers. At the end of the day. You know, Brian Still is more, if you ask me, is more the drug kingpins, you know what I'm saying, the gang members or whatever. But, you know, not a lot of the cases I follow with Brian Still of urban content are actually murderers. Now, I could be wrong. I'm just going off a little bit I looked at. Drew Finland, again, you know, Wife and Lucci, that had a murder on it. You know what I'm saying? Young boy had all the gun charges, drug charges. We all know he done dealt with alleged gang members before. So, ooh, Lord, y'all. I'm so tin-headed. It hurts so bad. Mickey, I know this is off topic. Is there an update on the autopsy for the young lady who's unalive by her husband in Jordan? No, they denied my request again. Say it was still an open investigation. Drew is definitely a good plea out lawyer. And I'm gonna be honest, for Melly, if Drew can work out a plea, which I doubt because it's a death penalty case, but if for some reason, because hell, he make the money to do stuff like this, if for some reason, if he could get him a deal for like manslaughter or something, time served or a little more time left, I would take it if I was Melly at this point. Cause boy, they ain't gonna never let you free. That's another motion that they're doing too for Bortlen is bond. So they're doing an author hearing also. Just FYI. Standing 10 toes down was sold the 80s. It's 2025. We telling people who won't even involve. We telling on people who won't even involved in the case. We ain't told on nobody. Y'all better stop saying we all the time. And hell, at this point, shit, we don't know if Bortlen told on nobody. Hell, he ain't even told on himself. I don't want to miss the start of the hearing because I want to replay that. Because was y'all listening to the judge? No contest, meaning he ain't even telling on himself. So who is he telling on? Y'all be so quick to be ready, and half the time can be the same stuff. Y'all don't even be understanding for real. That's why the snitching stuff just be outrageous because y'all just be so quick to call saying somebody snitching or whatever and don't even really know what snitching is in a court of law. That's why I hate when a lot of like the street nigga bloggers get to talking about court cases and snitching. Like, bro, just say according to what your thought process on the street level is snitching. Stop saying, oh, the case said the paperwork. Paperwork ain't saying nothing you saying. You saying that shit. That should be so aggravating hearing people do that. Like, that's crazy. Bortlen better take the interrupt trial. Lamar, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. His ass gonna get fried at trial. Unless this motion hearing with some of this evidence goes out. Because remember, all the evidence that got tossed in a Melly case is still in on Bortlen's side. Remember that too. For those who keep saying they ain't got no evidence, standing 10 toes down is so played out. Telling on people is a new hip thing. Okay, salute to you for that. Thank you. Quick to put that snitch on somebody. Okay, anybody, everybody. Hell, even like it just shit just be. Let me stop. Y'all know I be said some shit just now. Okay. If he go to trial, basically Melly basically coming out, that don't mean that at all. I'm not gonna lie, that boy needs to take the plea today. I don't give them time to take it back. You'll have a release date. Like I said, what's up, hip hop news? If they're offering 16, they're not 200% confident that they can get a guilty verdict. Cap. I'm say cap, Lamar. That is not what that means. This is a money thing here. Why waste money trying this nigga? We got to try the shooter again. Like, we got to try the shooter again. Lamar, you know how politics work with this? This here ain't evidence situation. This here is money. They dropped the ball. The important piece of the pie is freaking Melly. And they dropped the ball the first time, got to running back again. They fighting Supreme Court appeals and stuff. They ain't trying to spend all that money in down Bortlen. They trying to get him in and out. Hey, Mickey, you was just saying I'm taking the trial. You still taking the trial, or you taking the 16? In this situation, with the evidence that they have, I would take the 16 in this situation. Because he gave a freaking statement. That's still in. They played the statement, even at Melly trial. Like, it makes no sense. Like, on some real stuff. Like I said, if you got an option to fight and poke holes in the story, that's one thing. But I asked y'all that said they had no evidence, how the hell you was going to explain to the jury why the world you got you with the victims when they was alive and when they deceased. Lamar said they ran out of money. Right, you already know. That's why they trying to plead that man out. Mind you, they ain't put off on the table until Melly trial got pushed back again. They never planned. Look, in my opinion, the plan was always for Melly to go first because they know the outcome of Melly is going to dictate Bortlen. Okay, the outcome of Melly was always going to dictate Bortlen. That's why even Bortlen team want to wait until Melly's situation. That Govan Hernandez trial got guilty. MF was taking shit to trial. That boy done. He taking it all the way. Hey, Hernandez Govan was a different situation. They ain't had Hernandez Govan on no freaking video with no bodies. For real, the state has unlimited amounts of money. That's capped too, Black. Like, they don't have no unlimited amount of money. They oh no. Y'all be making my head hurt sometimes. But they don't have no unlimited amount of money. The free, they got bosses that got to answer the bosses that got to run for re-election. And how the hell they just gonna be telling they people with a no-go about all this wasteful money? It's a bigger picture to that. Like, nah, they ain't got no freaking unlimited money. The people that got money, oh, they definitely gonna have the next time they have that charity fundraiser for $5,000, $10,000 a plate. Oh, they gonna talk about that. Like, brother, you want to stay in your job? You better figure this shit out. Ain't got no unlimited money to keep going to trial about the same damn case. Come on. The plea will help them give the botched Melly trial some validation. Shit, they ain't got to. I mean, not really. Because he don't admit to nothing. Like, what is y'all missing? No contest. You're not admitting to nothing. If you drop the murder charges, how the hell can you say it had some, like, he's not even pleading out the murder. What is y'all talking about? I'll take the plea for 16 Alex, okay? Like, it's crazy. You can't even give the police your ID without the internet saying you snitch. Child, listen. Child, listen. Y'all know this internet is undefeated, okay? If he don't take the 16, it's over for him for sure. With the evidence they got as of right now, y'all hit the like button. It's for sure. Unless they start taking some of that stuff out, he done. Cook. And I ain't too quick to say that he cooked. And only get asparagus and shrimp on a $5,000 plate. Okay. For real. And Bortlen take that to trial. He won't win, I believe. And I can see his ass trying to take it to trial, though. I can see it. Man, 16 years is a long time. For sure, it is a long time. Like I said, like, it's just the evidence against him. Like I said, if I was on the jury, I would convict him. So, like, as it stands, like, for sure. Mickey Street Ninjas think he did it. They can. Bortlen ain't thinking about circumstances. He thinking about the fame and street credit of not snitching and beating trial. Stupid YN. Well, if he thinking, or if whatever if you think about anything street related while you fighting a case, your ass crazy as hell. Oh Lord, it's itching so bad, y'all. I definitely got him going all the way. Yeah, I believe he probably will though. Somebody probably gonna tell him some dumbass scenario. Some of them, it might be people close to him that feel like how some of y'all, they ain't got no evidence. They offer you 16, they ain't got no evidence. And ain't gonna send your ass no money for 16 years when you're doing them life sentences, How much time credit does he have already? I mean, they ain't really breaking down, but according to the chat earlier, I think it was like 3 years or something. He lose trial 15 years, he gonna be really upset. And then remember, the judge put on record, like, I'm telling you this now, so you can't come back and say that you didn't know you could do this. So that's already, everybody talking, oh, appeal. Like, the fuck you gonna, don't put all your money on appeal, okay? Appeal is normally, if all else fails, you're supposed to give it your best shot the first go around. Don't just do dumb stuff because you talking about appeal. You have to have a reason. And you can't even say, oh, I had ineffective counsel when the judge said and told you on record, hey, I'm telling you this now, so you can't come back later and say your attorney didn't know or you didn't know because your attorney didn't explain it. I explained it to you. Mika, good morning. Bay said, what do they got against Melly? A song. This ain't even about Melly today. We talking about Bortlen. The judge scared him and said if he don't take the deal, he will have 2 trials. Well, that shouldn't scare him, to be honest. That shouldn't scare him. Because he knew he had 2 damn cases. So he should already have known that. The fact he took the bodies to the hospital, thought he wasn't going to be charged or something was crazy to me. Okay. Queso banking on an appeal. Queso ass ain't getting out. Queso ain't, unless somehow they come up with a way to prove but a lie that Queso wasn't in the car. Queso ass gonna be right where he is. But he doing what he's supposed to do, trying to fight what he got going on. But he definitely, okay, ain't getting out. I'm gonna laugh if he rejects the plea and Melly snitches to get a sweet plea. Melly can't snitch. Who is Melly snitching on? That they want. They want Melly. They done told the citizens of Memramar or whatever it's called, Broward County, that Melly did this. Who they gonna want more than Melly? The family want Melly. Hell, one of the victims' daddy every week posts a video about Melly. They not about to let Melly go. He can't tell on nobody. Nobody. No, it's definitely over for sure. My first cousin was offered 15 years for 2 bodies and gang charge. They offered him 15 years. He was 17. He took it to trial 81 years. 20 years later, he fighting for a new trial. And that's how the freak it's going to be. On some real stuff. That's what it's going to be. Hold on. Let me make sure I ain't got nothing. All right. But yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. Melly can't snitch on no one but himself. Okay, and that man have been in there all these years. How many years? Has 6 years? 7 years? That man ain't about to say nothing. He ain't never talked to the police this long. And that's what's going to be able to be used in his favor. Because he never made no statement. Bortlen did. Even though it was part of the play or whatever, they still using that statement against him. They can prove he lied. That's not going to sit well with a jury. It's one thing with Melly, like I said, Melly ain't never said nothing. Bortlen did. And as long as that statement's still in there. Oh, my head is so bad. Let's see. All the way, gotta give them 5 life sentences and about 70. Heck no, bro. Better especially testify. Telling you. Hold on, give me a second, y'all.
This is the weakest. Give a fuck about what they scream.
Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to conquer the world. Coming from where I come from. Hey, this your girl Mickey Truth, #1 blogger in South Carolina. #1 blogger in South Carolina.